Okay, so once you pick your sheet on whether you're going to do a rectangle or you have a square drawing, because I have a giraffe, mine is rectangular. My giraffe is tall, so I'll actually just need to rotate my paper. And we're starting on this top row. This top row is gesture only, 1.5 minutes, and that's it. So on your device, we have our grid and we should have our picture. Right now we have no grid lines, so you can go into the grids and you can go 1 and 1, and then that's going to give you no grid lines. Now we want to time ourselves because we don't want to go past 1.5 minutes. It's okay if you get done before 1.5 minutes, but we don't want to go past that. So I'll go back to the home, and on the bottom I've actually added a clock, and you can go ahead and push the clock. In here we want to be in timer, and timer is all the way over to the right. There's world clock, alarm clock, bedtime, stopwatch, but we want to be in timer because it'll go off and we can hear it when our timer is done. So for these first ones, we want to change it to 1 minute, and 1/2 minute is 30 seconds. So we're going to change it to 1:30. When we're ready to start drawing, we'll hit start. We can hit that home button. It'll be running in the back, and I'm going to go back to my drawing and I can start drawing right away. Remember, gesture drawing is simply where are things? Where is the head? Where are the ears? You know, I'm not too worried about a lot of the details. I'm not worried about the eyes. You know, how long should the body be? Where should the body be? Just basic shapes, whether you see circles or squares or triangles. We just want to get those in. And again, the more time you have, you know, then you can work towards those details. But again, this should be really light. I'm holding really far back on my pencil, and I'm not worried too much about anything because when we do the next set, we're actually going to be erasing all of these lines. When your timer goes off, you'll just touch it, it'll go back to your clock, and it's shut off. After we're done with our gesture 1, we're going to go on to gesture number 2, and this time we're going to be using our grid lines like we did last week. So my clock is set already. I'm not going to push start because I want to put in my grid lines. So we're up on the top, the 3 lines and 3 dots. I want to change from 1 row to 2, from 1 column to 2. Remember to hit the back button. If you just hit the screen, it won't change it. You actually have to hit back. So now I have my grid lines. I'm going to attack this drawing 1 box at a time and not as a whole. So once my picture is ready, I'll start my clock. So again, my timer's set up correctly, but I want to go ahead and change my grid lines because now I have 16 boxes. So I want to do 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. and 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So 4 and 4. So my columns are set up. I'll go ahead and start my clock. So now we're going to go from 1.5 minute drawings to now our 4-minute drawings. Again, we want to start with our gesture first and then do our contour over it. We want to change our timer from 1 minute to 4. And just 4 minutes. We can hit start. Go ahead and repeat. Our 4-minute timer is set, but again, we want to make sure our grid lines are in, so we're not taking any of our time up. So we're in box number 2. We have 2 rows, 2 columns, 2 and 2. I'll start my clock. Okay, and then you can go ahead and do your final one. Same thing, 4 minutes. Go back, we need to put our grid lines in, so we're going to change it from 2 to 4. Back. Once my grids are ready, I'll go ahead and I'll start my clock. All right, once you're done with all 4, again, you should see the Austin's butterfly effect, which is just the progression of the drawings getting better. Now, does that mean that your favorite one is going to be the last one? Hopefully, but that doesn't always happen. What I do hope happened was that we're not picking any of our top ones. Those were kind of our practice gesture drawings. We should be picking one of these 3. And again, once you choose which one of these 3 is best, go ahead and put a star next to it. And then that way I'll know which one it is that I need to print out. Remember, we do these thumbnail sketches. You tell me which one is best. I'll go ahead and I'll make sure that it gets printed out the correct size that'll work for our projects. So 5th grade, after you star the one that you want, again, I need to know where we're going to be cutting this guy. So I know that my neck is going to be what's going to be extended through space. So I'm actually just going to draw a line across. That way I know that this is going to be in box 1, which was explained in the video, and the bottom of my giraffe is going to be in box 2, and the thing that connects them is just extending the neck. So don't forget to star which one of the 3 you like best, and then show me where are you cutting this. What's going to be in box 1, what's going to be in box 2, and then what I'll do next week is, while you guys are working on our last worksheet for this project, I'll go ahead and I'll start printing out your pictures the size that we need. We'll see you guys next class.